then 8, then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clues get progressively easier. Once you've given me your answer, once you've handed it in, essentially, once you've handed it in, then you can't change your mind. So you can only put your answer in once on this one. Please do not put any answers in the chat box, but please do put how many points you're going for, so other teams can see how many points you're claiming for the round, and then we'll see how you get on at the end of the round. I don't think we've got any newcomers tonight, so it should be nice and simple to follow through that one. So for your first clue, for 10 points, I made my first appearance in 1924. I made my first appearance in 1924.
As what?
That's your clue. But the general clue when I do these is I've not said I was born in 1924. So the general clue is I'm not a human. So I made my first appearance in 1924. Or I'm not a person, I may be a character or a whatever it may be. You're not going for that, surely? You're tempted. Been on before. Any takers for 10? I really don't think we will have any takers for 10, which is good. I don't want any takers for 10 this week. So for 8 points, I appeared in the 38th poem of a book. The book was called When We Were Very Young, and it was illustrated by E.H. Shepard. I appeared in the 38th poem of a book. The book was called When We Were Very Young, and it was illustrated by E.H. Shepard. Are you going for 8? And my mum is going for 8 points. So I made my first appearance in 1924. That appearance was, I was in the 38th poem of a book, and the book was called When We Were Very Young. It was illustrated by E.H. Shepard. David and I need gone for 8. So a couple of teams gone for 8. I hope you get that. I really do hope you get that right, because that's impressive if you get an 8 for that. Like I said, not many answers come in there.
Come here.
Sarah and Lee have gone for 8 as well.
Come here. Come on.
Your clue for 6 points. I have been voiced by Sterling Holloway, Hal Smith, and Jim Cummings. I have been voiced by Sterling Holloway, Hal Smith, and Jim Cummings. Boothie gone for 6. Terry 6, McGee 6, Danny's gone for 6, Wadsworth's gone for 6, that is. Daz has gone for 6. Is that Daz on his own, or is that Daz with help?
There's 3 of us now, pal.
You're smiling again if there's 3 here.
You see back.
You can still blame it on someone else.
Yeah, definitely.
Joel's gone for 6 as well. So there's a few gone for 6 there on that clue. So I made my first appearance in 1924. I appeared in the 38th poem of a book that was called When We Were Very Young. It was illustrated by E.H. Shepard. And I've been voiced by Sterling Holloway, Hal Smith, and Jim Cummings. For 5 points, I was created by A.A. Milne. For 5 points, I was created by A.A. Milne. Happy? Still happy? Ooh. Your mum's still confident for her 8 points. Kath's gone for 4. Greg's gone for 5. Boothie says not Warwick Mill. No, he can't create anything, that lad. Joby 5, Ryan 5. Jean's gone for 5. Kath's changed her mind. She's no longer going for 4. She's going for 5. She must have deleted one of the clues she'd heard and gone for 5 instead. It wasn't Kath 5. Paul's gone for 5. Milne creates havoc. That's true, Graham. Milne does create havoc. Right, for 4 points, my favourite food is honey. My favourite food is honey. I don't think you've cheated, don't worry.
Because you said you'd be absolutely, you'd be.
Very good. So for 4 points, my favourite food is honey. For 3 points, I am a teddy bear. I am a teddy bear.
Just the other bit lying it down.
What, you picture around your iPad that you've got a combined total of about 8 on. For 2 points, I have friends called Piglet and Eeyore.
Oh dear.
And for 1 point, my initials, so to speak, are WTP. WTP. Let's go with that. I think the last ones came in at 5. I don't think we've got anything since then. I am, of course, Winnie the Pooh. My mum gets the 8 points she went for in that round. Let's see how everyone else went on. Booby's clapping you. Sarah got 8. Very well done. I think 8's a great score there. Constantine's 5. Mary 5. David, I need 8. Good. Sambu 6. Sharon got 5. Wadsworth 6. Joe 6. Ryan 5. Jean 5. Paul 0. Again, Paul. Who have you gone for, Paul? Let us know. Terry 6. Greg 5. And Kath 5. Wasn't Kath 5 as well. Daz got 6. Joby 5. How many fingers we got there, Phil? I think it's 5 he went for. 5. Paddington, wrong bear. Close, but no cigar. Right, I'm going to move on to your first 10 questions of your general knowledge section of the quiz. So make sure you made a note of how many points you scored for that round, so we can top them up at the end. And for question 1, in which decade were parking meters introduced in the UK? In which decade were parking meters introduced in the UK? Question 2. Bram Stoker is famous for creating which character which he based on Vlad the Impaler? Bram Stoker is famous for creating which character who he based on Vlad the Impaler? Question 3. How many players are there on a netball team? How many players are there on a netball team? Are you allowed to watch that one, Was? No, not allowed that one either. Question 4. In which ocean are the Cape Verde Islands? In which ocean are the Cape Verde Islands? Confident with that one. You know, I'm the rubbish on your geography, aren't you?
I'm on bounce tonight. I don't know where it's coming from. Apart from bounce.
Apart from bounce on your picture. Question 5. Opium is extracted from the unripe seeds of which plant? Opium is extracted from the unripe seeds of which plant? Question 6. What two names of railway stations are shared by both London and Manchester? And I want both for the point. Two names of railway stations that are shared by both London and Manchester. So it's separate railway stations that share the same name. Don't know that one.
Crossy,
yes.
Is there two railway stations?
There are two, yeah.
Right, okay. So
Two
two in
railway
Manchester,
stations.
two in Manchester, two in London.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, okay.
So two of London's railway stations and Manchester's railway stations have the same name, as in, that's not clear either. Sorry, there is a railway station in London and there's one in Manchester with the same name, and there's another one as well. The exact same again, but a different name. So there's two answers that I'm looking for. Two. I'm confused. Yes, there's two answers that one. I want both for the point. Both for the point. Question 7. From which type of wood are cricket bats traditionally made? From which type of wood are cricket bats traditionally made? Question 8. Who sailed in the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria? Who sailed in the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria? Question 9. What sporting item is traditionally made from cork, leather, and feathers? What sporting item is traditionally made from cork, leather, and feathers? And question 10, the last one before we have a little break. Which Irish political party's name translates into English as we ourselves? Which Irish political party's name translates into English as we ourselves? So that's question 10. We're going to have a little 10-minute break while we crack on with your wipeout round. And then we'll go through the answers to the wipeout round and then move on to the second half of the quiz at just between 10 past and quarter past. So I'll give you 10 minutes. If you want any repeats from that first section, just give us a nudge. Crossy, who won the pub opening? I've got it at the minute as, if it's the 11th that we open, it's a split pot between myself and Gaz Moss. We went for the 15th of June. Incorrect answers on this, you'll lose all your points out of the 20. But you can claim up to 10 on your football managers and up to 10 on your tennis players. So let's start off with tennis. This will be fun. So your last 10 winners of Wimbledon, the ladies singles tournament, are Simona Halep, Angelique Kerber, Garbine Muguruza even. They're all American, by the way. Wow. Serena Williams. Oh, no, they're not. They're Spanish, and something else. I was looking at the wrong thing. Serena Williams. Your fifth one is Petra Kvitova. Your sixth one is Marion Bartoli. And then we've got a lot of repeats. We've got Serena Williams, Petra Kvitova, Serena Williams. 2008 was Venus Williams. 2007 as well. 2006 was Amelie Mauresmo. 2005 was Venus Williams. Then we've got 2004, Maria Sharapova. 2003 and 2 was Serena Williams. 1-0 was Venus Williams. And then your 10th winner in 1999 is Lindsay Davenport. If you put Jane Novotny or Martina Hingis or Steffi Graf, they were your next three, and you do not get any points, and you'll lose all your points on those. So anything from Lindsay Davenport in 1999 onwards gets you the points. Right, so there's a few putting the scores in for that section, but don't put them in yet because then you might lose all those points if you got any footballers wrong. So moving on to your England managers, and this is not including caretaker managers, but I will name them just so in case you put one of them, you can knock your points off and be devastated that he was a caretaker manager. Current manager, Gareth Southgate. Previous manager for one game, but was not a caretaker manager, was Sam Allardyce. Roy Hodgson. Then your next one is a caretaker manager, so there's no points for putting Stuart Pearce. If you did put Stuart Pearce, you lose all your points. Before him was Fabio Capello. Before Fabio was Steve McLaren. Before McLaren was Sven-Goran Eriksson. Before Sven, we had a caretaker manager, so if you put Peter Taylor, you'll lose all your points. Before Peter Taylor, we had Kevin Keegan. And then we had our last caretaker manager, which was Howard Wilkinson. You don't get any points for Howard Wilkinson. You'll lose your points on that one. And before that, we've got Glenn Hoddle, Terry Venables, and Graham Taylor. And if you missed out on the next one, your next one would have been Bobby Robson. So no points for Bobby Robson. He was the 11th one to go. So Graham Taylor, Terry Venables, Glenn Hoddle, Kevin Keegan, Sven-Goran Eriksson, Steve McLaren, Fabio Capello, Roy Hodgson, Sam Allardyce, and Gareth Southgate are your 10. So let's see. Let's see how many people scored. Dave and I neatly thought it was one or the other. No, I made it clear on that one that it was a total. So I must have gone through that 10 times. So I'm sorry if you thought that, but I was as clear as I could be. We've got 16, 15. We've got a 0 from Mary. 11, 13, 6, 15, 10, 17 from Joe. 12 played it safe. 12's conservative. Paul, 16. What was the 0, Mary, out of interest? Mum, how many did you score? 0. What did you blank on? What did you get?
Alex Ferguson.
You put Alex Ferguson.
And Jose Mourinho.
And Jose Mourinho.
But I got Sam Allardyce.
But you got Sam Allardyce. So you...
Yeah.
So you went for 3, 2 of them weren't.
No.
But when you got us, right, okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Right, so my mum gets a 0. Mary says it was David, not me. You went Bobby Robson. So you just missed out by going for Bobby Robson. There's been 10 since him. Yeah, mix of scores there. We've got all the way down to 0 for a wipeout, and we've got up to, I think, 17. 17's one of the highest. From the Constantines, yeah, 17, 16 at the top end. So some really good scores there. I thought that was tougher. And that tennis one, I'd have been rubbish on that. Venus, Serena. Who else would I got? I'd have got Venus. I'd have got Serena. I'd have got Sharapova. I may have gone for Lindsay Davenport, but I probably would have said not because it was late 90s. So I'd go for 3, I think, on that. And I'd be happy with the 3 that I got. Wouldn't have got any of the recent ones. No chance. Football managers I've probably got. Yeah, I think I'd have got all 10. Right, so moving on to our second Who Am I of the evening, and it is a Who Am I, it's not a What Am I. Your clue for 10 points. I was born on the 7th of July, 1965 in Reading. I was born on the 7th of July, 1965 in Reading. So again, with your wipeouts, make sure you made a note of how many points you got in your wipeout round, so we can toss them up easily at the end.
I've had that one before, Crossy, and I can't think who it is.
Have I asked it before? I don't think I've put it on before, unless you've done it as a...
I don't know. I might
I may have asked it at
myself,
Heaton a long time ago. I don't think I have, but I may have asked it at Heaton a long time ago.
Yeah.
7th of July, 1965 in Reading. To be fair with these, they can be... I can use the same person I've used before, but give a different series of clues, and that still works. I've written this fresh today, so I've not copied it off what I've done before. So I was born 7th of July 1965 in Reading. I'm guessing he's... Oh, 1 second. Daz, have you gone for 10 there? Seriously? Seventh of July.
I've been told here across here. It's not my guess.
We shall see. For 8 points, my autobiography is entitled "I'm Only Being Honest." I'm only being honest. So I was born 7th of July 1965 in Reading, and my autobiography is entitled "I'm Only Being Honest." I do like putting autobiography questions on. Ever since I put the "Take It Like a Man" one for Boy George, I thought that one went down quite well. No pun intended. So there's a few answers there. Sorry, a few people going for 8 there on that last clue. Joby, Sharon, Ryan, Terry, Kath, Jean, Graham all going for 8 on "I'm Only Being Honest." For 6 points, I'm a survivor of testicular cancer. Boothie, not quite the reaction I'm going for there. A fit of laughter. I mean,
Sorry, we were deliberating a woman then, and then you
Oh.
give us that. So that's why we're
I
laughing.
was looking,
Sorry.
I thought there's not quite the reaction I'm going for. Not quite wired right there. But yeah, I'm a survivor of testicular cancer. So I was born 7th July 1965 in Reading. My autobiography is entitled "I'm Only Being Honest," and I'm a survivor of testicular cancer. The first 3 clues were down to 6 points there. So there's a couple more coming for 6. Mum, how are you getting on there? No ideas yet?
No. Well,
Got a few, but you're not sure. 5 points. I had my own TV show between 2005 and 2019. You going for them now, yeah? My mum's going for 5 points. I think Paul and Phil have sneaked in there for 6 as well. So I was born 7th July 1965 in Reading. My autobiography is entitled "I'm Only Being Honest." I'm a survivor of testicular cancer. I had my own TV show between 2005 and 2019. For 4 points, it was the most watched daytime TV show on ITV's schedule. It was the most watched daytime TV show on ITV's schedule. Daz is now quite confident that he's got 0, not 10. The Wadsworth's gone for a conservative 4. The daytime TV gurus must be. That's the clue that's given it away. Not question 3, but your Was and Kath gone for 4 as well. Your clue for 3 points. In 2019, the TV show was cancelled after the death of a guest who had been filmed for the show the week before. Their appearance was never aired. In 2019, the TV show was cancelled after the death of a guest who had been filmed for the show the week before. Their appearance was never aired. Mary, David Inique, Boothit, Sarah, all gone for 3. For 2 points. Quite a loose clue as well. I am the English equivalent of Jerry Springer. I am the English equivalent, or an English equivalent of Jerry Springer, shall we say. And I think he actually had a stint over in the USA for a couple of years as well. For 1 point, my initials are JK. JK. I am, of course, Jeremy Kyle. Jeremy Kyle. So let's see who scored what there. Paul gets 6, Sarah gets 3, Constantine 6, Joe gets 6, David Inique 3, Boothie 3, the Wadsworth 4, Joby 8, Terry 8, Mary 3, Jean 8, Kath 8, Ryan 0. Went for Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais, Reading. Is that because of the slow connection for the office, maybe? Possibly.
We went Ricky Gervais as well.
You went Ricky Gervais as well, did you?
Yeah, he was born in Reading.
I was going to say, the office is filmed in Slough, which is just up the road from Reading, I suppose. So
Yeah.
I could justify that one, I suppose. So where are we up to? Sharon Rose and Chloe 8, Greg 3. So again, one wipeout, a couple of wipeouts there, which is always good to see. I like those, and then a mix of results going up to 8. I think top score, which is good. A few of you there on 8, well done. Moving on to your second 10 questions of your general knowledge quiz. Question 11. What small Scottish border town is famously associated with marriages of English runaway couples? What small Scottish border town is famously associated with marriages of English runaway couples? You know that, I take it. Is that because they've got, is it 16 to get married over there or something? And then, is that why they did it? There must be a reason for it. Scottish laws being different to English laws.
At one time, Crossy,
Yeah, go on.
if you wanted to get married on a beach, You couldn't get married on a beach in England, but you could in Scotland. I went to a wedding in probably about late 80s on a beach in Scotland, in Dumfries. But you couldn't. But they went up to Scotland because you couldn't get married in England on a beach.
Right.
So there you have it, pot pickers.
Fair enough. No, I knew it. I'd have got it right. I just wouldn't have necessarily known why people ran up there to get married. I assumed the law was different in Scotland, but I didn't know what it was. I assumed it would be age-related. Question 12. Boston is the capital city of which US state? Boston is the capital city of, or state capital, shall we say, of which US state? Question 13. What familiar Italian word means scratched drawing? What familiar Italian word means scratched drawing? Question 14. Place the following curries in order of heat. Strongest first. Madras, Fal, Vindaloo, Korma. Place the following curries in order of heat. Strongest first. Madras, Fal, Vindaloo, Korma. Confident on that one, Mum? You don't like your curries, do you?
Never heard of a fowl.
Never heard of a fowl. Question 15. The Oasis song Half a World Away was used as a theme song on which TV series? The Oasis song Half a World Away was used as a theme song on which TV series?
Just give me that one again, Crossy, will you?
No worries, Graham. Did you get 14, the curry one? Right, so
No.
14. Place the following curries in order of heat, strongest first. Madras, Fal, Vindaloo, Korma. Madras, Fal, Vindaloo, Korma. And 15, the Oasis song, Half a World Away, was used as a theme song on which TV series?
Ha.
Question 16. In which English county is Dartmoor National Park? In which English county is Dartmoor National Park? Question 17. British comedian Michael Joseph Pennington is better known by what name? British comedian Michael Joseph Pennington is better known by what name? I'm wondering if Dazzy's just going to go for his go-to answer of Ricky Gervais on that one. Question 18. Which mobile phone company has the motto, connecting people? Which mobile phone company has the motto, connecting people? We started well in the main quiz. Are you still confident? Still going well?
No.
No, all gone Pete Tong into
Yeah.
the second half. Question 19. Which iconic rock music frontman sang backing vocals on Carly Simon's 1973 hit, You're So Vain? Which iconic rock music frontman sang backing vocals on Carly Simon's 1973 hit, You're So Vain?
Latest news from the ECB.
Go on.
There'll be no news till next week. You can't make it up, can you? They put a press release out saying the latest news. There'll be no news until next week. Unbelievable. I've just got that off Milne.
Dear me. Question 20. Last question on tonight's quiz. Which overseas country was the main location of the second UK TV series of Auf Wiedersehen Pet? Which overseas country was the main location of the second UK TV series of Auf Wiedersehen Pet? Question 19 again, of course you can, Mary. Which iconic rock music frontman sang backing vocals on Carly Simon's 1973 hit, You're So Vain? So that concludes tonight's quiz. If you want any repeats from that second half or even from the first half, just give me a nudge in the chat box and I'll happily go through them with you. And then we'll go through some answers in 5 minutes' time. 16 again, not a problem. In which English county is Dartmoor National Park? Dartmoor National Park, which county is it in? '19 and 20. So number 19, which iconic rock music frontman sang backing vocals on Carly Simon's 1973 hit, You're So Vain? That's 19. And number 20, which overseas country was the main location of the second series of Auf Wiedersehen Pet? Complicated with UK TV. So second series of Auf Wiedersehen Pet, what was the main overseas country for the main location? Any more repeats? And then we'll move on to your 20 questions. Right, let me just find it on the pictures round, and we'll read through. Come on, Graham, away. Right, question 1 on your picture round. Number 1 is the Backstreet Boys. Number 2 is Led Zeppelin. Number 3 is the Monkees. Number 4 is the Cheeky Girls. Number 5 is the Bangles. Number 6 is Little Mix. Number 7 is Take That. Number 8, Guns N' Roses. Number 9 is NSYNC. Number 10 is the Osmonds. Number 11 is Bananarama. Number 12 is All Saints. Number 13 is Destiny's Child. Number 14 is Aerosmith. And number 15 is the Jackson 5. I'll just run through those again quickly. So we've got number 1, the Backstreet Boys. Number 2, Led Zeppelin. Number 3, the Monkees. Number 4, the Cheeky Girls. Number 5, the Bangles. Number 6, Little Mix. Number 7, Take That. Number 8, Guns N' Roses. Number 9, NSYNC. Number 10, the Osmonds. Number 11, Bananarama. Number 12, All Saints. Number 13, Destiny's Child. Number 14, Aerosmith. And number 15, Jackson 5. Let's see how many people got on there. Oh, I can't see there. One sec. So we've got 15, 13, 14, 13, 14, 11, 14, 15, 15, 15, 14, 14 didn't get Led Zeppelin, 12, 13, 15, 8, 14. So, piece of cake, really. Graham 8? Really?
7,
I would have thought Graham would have got more than 8. Graham, who hosts the music quiz, gets the next to lowest score on the picture end. See, it's not his genre, you see.
You're right. It's not. It's not. Plus, I'm running around trying to find my bloody passport.
There's no questions on your passport. Don't worry about that.
No, to do an application for somebody else.
Oh,
I can't even find my own.
Oh dear. So yeah, Mum, how did you get, Mum? 7?
7.
And Mum gets 7 on the picture end. Right, I'm going to move on to your 20 questions. So, question 1. In which decade were parking meters introduced in the UK? That was the 1950s. Question 2. Bram Stoker is famous for creating which character who is based on Vlad the Impaler? That's Dracula. Question 3. How many players are there on a netball team? There are 7 players on a netball team. Question 4. In which ocean are the Cape Verde Islands? They're in the Atlantic Ocean. Question 5. Opium is extracted from the unripe seeds of which plants? The poppy seed. Poppy plant. Question 6. What 2 names of railway stations are shared by both London and Manchester? I need both of these for the point. They are Piccadilly and Victoria. Question 7. From which type of wood are cricket bats traditionally made? They're made from willow. Question 8. Who sailed in the Nina, Pinta and Santa Maria? That's Christopher Columbus.
Not Sir Walter Raleigh.
No, it wasn't Sir Walter Raleigh, no.
I tried.
You did. He was the King Edward, the Marish Piper, and the...
Was it? Oh.
He brought spuds back from Ireland. Question 9. Which sporting item is... Question 9. Which sporting item is traditionally made from cork, leather and feathers? That's the shuttlecock.
They're not a cricket ball.
It's not a cricket ball, no. One of the feather cricket balls. Dear me. Question 10. Which Irish political party's name translates into English as we ourselves? That's Sinn Féin. Question 11. What small Scottish border town is famously associated with marriages of English runaway couples? Gretna Green. Number 12. Boston is the capital city or the state capital of Massachusetts. Question 13. What familiar Italian word means scratch drawing? That's graffiti. Number 14. Place the following curries in order of heat strongest first. We had Madras, Fowl, Vindaloo, Korma. The correct answer is Fowl, Vindaloo, Madras, Korma. 15. The Oasis song Half a World Away was used as a theme song on which TV series? That's The Royal Family. Number 16. In which English county is Dartmoor National Park? Dartmoor National Park is in Devon. Question 17. British comedian Michael Joseph Pennington is better known as Johnny Vegas. Question 18. Which mobile phone company has the motto Connecting People? That's Nokia. Question 19. Which iconic rock music frontman sang backing vocals on Carly Simon's 1973 hit You're So Vain? Mick Jagger. And
Sure, it was Meatloaf.
You sure it was Meatloaf?
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty confident it's Mick Jagger. Question 20. Which overseas country was the main location of the second series of Auf Wiedersehen Pet? That was Spain. Get them added up. Let's see who scored what.
Oh my God, that's the worst week ever, John.
Paul 16. Paul, is that your total for the night, Paul, or is that just for that round? Let's get them added up in total. Let's go total for the night, people. It makes it easy. If you go total for the night. Sharon Rose and Chloe kick us off with a 59. That's a big score to beat. Straight away, Constantine, 61. It's been beaten. 61 from the Constantines to beat. Jean, 50. Good score for you, Jean. Well done. David Ineat, 38. Boothie, 46. Wadsworth, 50. Good score for the Wadsworths as well. Mary, 40. Terry, 54. Greg, 45. Joe, 58. Joby, 60. So we've got a lead of 1 so far with the Constantines. Ryan Walker, 41. Paul Walker, 52. Wasn't Kath, 48. Mum? Worst week ever. Go on.
And I won't mind, I got Winnie the Pooh and everything.
You got Winnie the Pooh for 8 as well.
Sam Allardyce.
You got Big Sam, yeah, go on. 30. You did wipe out though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Sarah, 55. Big score, well done. Wasn't Kath, 48. Daz gets 52. 38 from Wasn't Kath. That's just come down a little bit, I think, from 38. So, I think they're more or less in. I don't think I've got Graham's.
48, Crossy, sorry.
48 from Graham. Thanks, Graham. 48 from Graham. I make that pretty much everyone's in. Can't see anyone coming in late. Have we got the defending champions? Have they entered as well? Have we got yours, Kath? I've not got Kath, actually. Kath, what did you get?
We're having a bit of a dispute with our team members of how much we got.
Right.
So we don't know.
We got none in the wipeout round.
We thought we got none, but they thought we got some.
We thought we'd got 13, but we haven't. We've got none.
Right, so you've got none on your wipeout round.
I don't know.
So you can be totting up your score. I'm pretty confident if you've got none on the wipeout round.
44.
So I'm going to say that tonight's winners, any score in the 60s is a great score. So unlucky Joe coming with 60. Some big scores in the 50s there as well. But our winners tonight with 61 points are the Constantines. Very well done. Very, very well done. That's a great total, to be fair. And that concludes tonight's quiz. So, I said last week that this will be the last one. I was going to have a week off next week with a view then to continue in the quiz in the cricket club the week after, but we're not quite sure what we're going to be doing. We heard from Graham before about Heaton not opening the week, and I don't know if Falmouth are likely to follow suit with that or whether they're just going to go with weekend for now or open up in the week as well. So we're not quite sure. So I think I'm still going to have the week off next week. We're 15 weeks in now, so I think we'll have a little break and then we'll assess what we do. We may decide to start the quiz up maybe on a Sunday evening in the cricket club or Sunday late afternoon, early evening in the cricket club. We may decide to do it on a Tuesday if it's still there on a Tuesday, if it's going to be open up. So we'll play it by ear and see what happens. But I'll keep people updated on the Facebook group. I'll just put a note on there about when it's going to continue and what we'll do. I'll do it if you want next Tuesday, but up to you. Boothy's offered to do one if you want. If we want. So yeah, if we want another quiz next week, that's fine. I'll let Simon put on the group if we're going to go ahead. And